Okay, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a certain dish that my mom used to make. I got some chicken in there. They're chicken tenderloins. And I cut them up into small, little, tiny chunks. Like that. And like that. Okay. And then once that's been done, I get 3 or 4 of these things. They're 410 milliliter Alfredo sauces. Okay, I put one in right away, but I set it aside because I want to rinse out the jar into there. And then I go here to the freezer and you'll get some broccoli. So that's the next thing. This is a 750 gram thing of broccoli. I bought it from the store. It's one of the no names, great value here in Canada, and depending on how much the chicken tenderloins you got cut up in there, you want to make it about the same or a little bit about the same, roughly speaking. And that looks to be about the same. And then this would be about half the bag. And then put that back in the freezer. I then open up another jar of these Alfredo sauces, dump it into there, and then this is when I start rinsing them out. I use cold water, like that, fill it up, because these things got the ounce mark, so I put it at about 5 ounces. Just go like this with the water. In the first one, I save these jars for other things, which I can show you down the road later on. And I dump it into this other one. And then I shake this one a bit, but I hold on to this one here so I can rinse out the other one. I go back to the freezer here. I grab a little bit of onions here, but this is in a broccoli bag because I'll buy 10 pounds of onions and I will cut them up to however I want. They are small little tiny pieces there. Okay. And this is not very much in the bag. It's maybe an 1/8, right where my fingers is, right across. And I will dump that one out. This has got a hole on the other end, but I can always fix that bag because I got a food saver thing. Oh, I dropped some stuff here. It's okay, it'll go into the composter and then into the garden. And then I we'll put a bit of corn in there, a little bit of corn. Okay. Just a little bit more. Yeah, there. I'm not using any measurements. I'm just doing it to how I like it. This is just a general idea of how this is made, because this is how my mother made it. She made it for usually a family of 4. Her, my mom, and my sister. Then I add this on top of all the frozen vegetables there. And then the container here with the water that rinses it all out goes into there. Just like that. And then I rinse this one like that. And then dump that into there. Just like that. I need a spoon here. Just any old plastic spoon, because it's pretty full, right? So I want to get that little bit mixed up there. It's about 3/4 to 2/3 full. It sits roughly about their level. Okay. Now I've got some spices here that I put in, that I like putting in there. You can always substitute for the spices you guys like, or whatever you want to put in here. Okay. There again, I just put in what I like to put in. If you're like me, I grow my own garlic and some of my own spices and dehydrate them. So some of the spices I've got here either have been ground up, and some of them haven't. One of the first ones I put in there is basil. I don't know what kind I grew there, but it's a basil of some sort. I think it might be an Italian basil, I'm not sure. And then I just sprinkle it on there. Just like as if you were on a piece of meat, right? Like, show you when I get that done. Okay. Yeah. See that? That's the basil and how much I put on there. Some spices might be a little bit less, some a little bit more. This is ginger that I've actually dehydrated with the skin on it still. You might have to pick out some of the skins or the chunky parts and just toss them away in the composter if you want. But yeah, there's one already. You see right there, that's a chunk you don't want. But that's about how much I put on mine of ginger. Just sprinkle it around again. Okay. I also black pepper. I didn't grow it. It's just store-bought stuff. And I sprinkle that on. And then, what else do I got here? Some sage. I grew that myself and it grounded up already, some of it. Okay. You notice the similarity of the jars. So that's what I normally do is take these jars and put them for the spices I use. And putting in use, and then I vacuum seal the stuff that I'm not using in mason jars. I sprinkle like maybe a quarter of this of what I put on there, and basil and the pepper. Like a quarter of it, not much. Once around tapping it. Okay. Then I add just some salt because I don't want to sit here and say I don't care, but this is not canning where you need a certain salt. It's just a regular run-of-the-mill salt, white salt. And I will sprinkle it on like the basil and pepper. Okay. I'll be right back. I just gotta go and do something, and I'll be right back.